So I've been thinking a lot about how the original Modern Warfare 2 is not only the best Call of Duty, but it bred people focused on excellence. My brother told me about this content style, so I've been making these videos, which I really enjoy, partly because I'm gaming again, which is really fun. And maybe it's the fact that I'm 29 now and I'm a geezer reflecting on games I loved growing up. But I really started to think about Call of Duty and how the game has evolved because I tried to play the old school 2009 Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the original one, and I tried to play it on my PC, but it couldn't carry forward my stats that I used to have. And shortly after starting this style of video, I realized something. Modern Warfare 2, the original Modern Warfare 2, still hits like it used to, and it's the one I'm most drawn to watching and playing. And I realized that because when I was recording these videos, one of the reasons I feel like this format works so well is because I feel like I'm sitting around like I did in middle school when me and all my friends, we would just sit around, one person playing a game while we all talk shit, and then after that person's turn was up, he passed the controller to the next person, and that person would play the game. And of all the excellent things about Modern Warfare 2, there's so many things about the original Modern Warfare 2 that are amazing, from the maps, the weapons, all the different game modes, the multiplayer mechanics. Of all of them, one of the greatest things was the kill streak in Modern Warfare 2, the 2009 version, which was the nuke. Now, if you don't know about the nuke, it was a 25 kills without dying once kill streak that enabled you to completely end the game. Now, it made me think when I was thinking back to the Call of Duties, it made me realize that me and my group of friends were all nukemaxxers. When we went into a game, this is how how it would go. We had 6 of us, and we would queue up a game of domination, not to play domination, not to capture the flags and for the sake of the game. We only captured flags if it meant we would have better map position to get nukes. And when we played, it was just this is I will always hold it in my mind as one of the best eras of gaming when my friends and I would always play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and go for nukes. And there's something just so special about it. Like, even the sight and sound of Modern Warfare 2, the sound of its score, the sight of the game, of its maps will give me a instant rush of nostalgia. And since I started thinking about this, I thought about my first nuke. I remember waking up early in the morning, and it was on the map Derail. And I remember I was still going for my first nuke. It was this thing that me, my brother, all of our friends loved going for. And I remember on Derail, that first thing was early in the morning. I think I was up before anybody else, and I got the nuke. And I just remember going crazy through the house and waking everybody up. And man, I even remember, I think my brother's first nuke. I was at a sleepover at my cousin's house, and I remember that I think this was a time when we didn't really have cell phones, so I remember my cousin's damn house phone getting a call, and it was for my brother to tell me that he got the nuke. And the only way I could describe this feeling is that this is exactly how I would imagine it's going to feel when my wife tells me that she's pregnant with our child. I just wanted to run back home and give him a hug and cry together for 17 hours because he got his first nuke. And like I thought about why this I really wanted to think about why nukemaxxing was so fun. And I realized it's because it wasn't directly the game, but it was the meta game. It was this game that transcended the game you were playing. Sure, you could play domination and capture the flags. Sure, you could play team deathmatch and try to get kills. But getting a nuke was about something different. This was about transcending the game you were playing so that you can win the game not only for yourself, but everybody on your team. And my friend group and I mean, We were all in middle school. I think I was in like 7th or 8th grade, and we we would keep a nuke counter, and all me and my friends would always just go after nukes. And I think if I'm like, I don't remember the exact number. I think I got up to 100. Man, it was over 100, 130 something. Um, but one thing I remembered about, or one thing that reminded me a lot about the nuke and the metagame was somebody who I know 100%, if they had the chance to play Modern Warfare 2, would go for nukes, and that's Harry Potter. And no, I'm being serious. Modern Warfare 2 nuke, the Modern Warfare 2 nuke is the equivalent of catching the golden snitch in a match of Quidditch. Now, if you think about it, it's a very similar dynamic. Quidditch is the game, and the golden snitch was the meta game, which was for seekers who were typically the best person on the team, and they would go after it. It was a game built within a game for the best. And I was hit with this revelation because I remembered in old school Jordan Peterson lecture about an alchemical symbol that Carl Jung studied, this obscure, esoteric alchemical symbol called the winged chaos. And Carl Jung did a psychological investigation into it. Now, the winged chaos is this symbol that, I don't know, like J.K. Rowling maybe had some conscious exploration with this symbol in her through her studies, or she just has a very well rounded and deep unconscious. But essentially, the winged chaos is this winged ball, and this winged ball that is a manifestation of the god Mercury. Now, what's fascinating is that god Mercury is the Greek equivalent of the god Hermes, and Mercury serves as an emissary of the gods and also a guide who escorts souls to the underworld. So in psychological terms, this is the entity which passes on messages from the gods, which is this entity that sits between the border of consciousness and unconsciousness. So I see it as this symbol that is sort of describing this pool, this sort of chase, right? Like that, if you kind of think of the golden snitch as a symbol, it's this thing that moves very fast, but you have a strong inclination and feeling towards going after it. So it's almost like this feeling of strong intuitions and interests or curiosities in your life that to you feel more important to chasing it as a game rather than playing the game that you're directly in. It's something that's just out of reach, but feels like the right goal to be going after. Because if you succeed in that goal, not only do you win, but everybody around you is better off for it. And if we go deeper into alchemical terms, the winged chaos is a container that holds the prima materia, which is material that is taken and formed into that which the world is made from. So all of this is to say that by following that which calls out to you via interest, intuition, and curiosity that manifests in your experience, you're playing a meta game and making order from the chaos that calls forth from that meta game. Okay, so what in the hell does this have to do with Modern Warfare 2 nukes? Well, Modern Warfare 2 nukes gave us a meta game that showed people that there was something that you could strive for, that even though if it's far out of reach, and it seems really hard and is really impossible, and that maybe over thousands of hours of gameplay and over many years it might be hard to accumulate a lot, that there is that metagame that's possible, and though it's out of reach, it's not so far that it's impossible. And I think that Modern Warfare and the Call of Duty franchise removed nukes so it could appeal to the chuds and not nukemaxxers who want to see more from life than a simple game like sharpening pencils in the cubicle. Because really, that's what these games relate to. When we play games, yes, it's for the enjoyment of the game themselves, but they're emblematic of this outside world that we're actually living through. And the era of people who grew up playing Modern Warfare 2, nukemaxxing, don't want to live in the world of just playing the game, but we've been trained to learn that even while we're in that game, you can strive higher and know that it may be hard and seem like it's impossible and like it could take a long time, that you can achieve it, and if you do achieve that goal and you do win, you do it for both yourself and everybody around you. So there's only one direction to take this after all that, and that's an open letter to the CEO of Xbox. So here's my formal open letter to the Xbox CEO. Bring back the nuke so the nukemaxxers can return to the game. Make Call of Duty multiplayer amazing again, because even if you can make it great, it will never be excellent without the nuke. And more so because it creates a culture of players who not only win in the games, but win the metagame to make everything good for themselves and everybody around them. Bring back the nuke.